So I hope your weekend went well. Today, let's review yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up with a 12. Actually, I think it was a 13 blood sugar. Now, for those of you who are in the US, take the 13 times it by 18 and you'll get your value. So, so often when we're looking at vlogs, especially from the States, we are inundated with US amounts of glucose in our blood, or their blood, and it's a different measuring system again because Canada is metric. So, but everything's got to be on the US value. So, since it's a metric system, if I say a value you're unfamiliar with, times it by 18, and that will probably come out for a better amount for you. So, anyway, I started with a blood sugar of 13. It was like that. I ate breakfast. I took my morning insulin for the amount of carbs I ate. I gave it by a shot because I was getting low on insulin and just wanted to save the insulin in my pump. Well, while I was at the event, I bumped up. No, it wasn't a bump. It was like a major straight up. And I ended up, I think, what was the blood sugar I took? I think it came out at 24.4. And even for me, yes, that was very high. And I hate it when it gets that high because eventually you have to end up visiting the washroom. And yesterday I was so packed in by people, I couldn't go. I just ended up sitting there waiting and waiting. And finally I had to break out of there, and I went, found an area where I could get my wheelchair in, and I went, and I came back, and I couldn't stop drinking. And again, by the time I was home, I had to revisit the washroom again. So you always have to watch out when your blood sugars spike, because it's not your mouth gets so it feels like that. You can't speak. A lot of times, if you end up drinking water to combat you being dehydrated, you just end up drinking, and it just ends up coming out again. But that's the joys. And I'm kind of leery of taking correction doses, because lately, if I take a correction dose, I'm all over the place. I'm up, but you know what I hate about going high is, well, one, I can feel them, and it's more like the flu. My first high is shortly after, well, shortly, I guess it was, I got diagnosed in May, or sorry, October of 77. And I got invited to my friend's birthday in May. I knew May was of 2000 or 1978. And I went there, and you know, it was a good party. Back then, of course, we didn't have blood sugar, so I indulged, I guess, and I started to have a high blood sugar. Now, I started to know I was high because I drank, and I drank. I kept asking my friend at the time, his mother, Mrs. Cocking, for water and water and water again, and I was going to the washroom constantly. And has diabetes ever stopped me from doing something I want to do? Well, a few years ago when I was in Scouts, it stopped me from going to camp as a leader, because I had some low blood sugars at the time, and now it's all understandable that yes, I am a brittle diabetic, or libel, or libel, or whatever the other term is. I've got to get that term down. But you know what? That just constantly has been a fight in my life. And trying to get things in line and trying to work things, I don't worry about the blood sugar so much anymore. I worry about the trend. Well, I mean, yes, the blood sugar. If I'm like yesterday at 24, and again with the syringe, I took the correction, and this morning I changed my site. Though this morning I started off just like I did yesterday, maybe a little bit lower. I started off at 12.1, I think. So, it's still better than it was. And today, lunch, we're going to have some more good food. Same thing like our last time, we were able to, I think we had a good source of protein. I gotta admit, I was full. But one of the participants made some very good potato salad. Oh my God. Was it good? What else did she make? I think it was the macaroni salad. Or not macaroni, I think, if I remember correctly, it was the spiral. And again, that's good. So, trying to have food for people to eat is a good thing. But I guess we don't really always want to be able to be eating everything in sight. And I think, in my mind, for years, oh, you can't have that. Oh, no, you can't have that. Oh, God, no, you can't have that. And I can remember Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner, one of those two. It's the sun's the red dot again. But having food and sitting down when carb counting came out, and at that point you have your carb counting, you take the correct amount of insulin. Even my mother will say, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that, are you?" Well, you know what? If you wanted, sprinklers. If you wanted a piece of cake, I know maybe I'll turn around and we'll see better. There we go. There's my sun's somehow coming out. You couldn't eat it. Oh my God, you're a diabetic. You can't have that. Oh my God, it's got sugar in it. Oh my God, you can't have potato chips. Oh my God, you can't do this. Oh my God, you can't do that. And now they're saying the aspartame isn't good enough, and why do we always want one? Water should just be sufficient for you. And it's like, you know what? Yes, I have diabetes, but there is such a thing as a life too. And a lot of times everyone else races around trying to live life, and if they go to a birthday party. Now, I don't know if I told this story on the blog, but when I was diagnosed, it was October, and it was the Health Center for Children in Vancouver that I went to, and they had a Halloween party. Well, the Halloween party was a pretty good party. We were running around playing games, and it came time for a treat. Everyone got treats, and they had jelly beans and that Halloween candy that at one time was pulling out your dentures. And it's very nice out. The sun's just, and so they were handing out their little treat things. And of course, I'm still new. I still didn't really get it in my brain or subconscious that I couldn't have sugar. Well, everyone, towards the end got a little treat thing. And I can remember it. I got a sandwich. And I think it was a cheese sandwich, if I remember correctly. I'm going to do another picture here. Just one sec. Oh, we got another picture of the sun, but it actually, the photo really kind of captured it. The last ones I did really didn't capture it. So, it's Monday morning. It's a holiday, like I mentioned before. So, yes, I'm going to really, I think today, count my carbs. And I think, really work on giving the insulin with the amount of carbs. Now, when Dr. Waldes let me go last time, she made it so, I gave 10 years at the beginning of the day and, pretty well nothing for the rest of the day. But I'm going to get in and I'm going to do the best I can at giving, counting carbs, because I don't want to go way high again, because then I just end up crashing. I do notice that I'm losing some more water in my face. I still have a big gut, but you know what? I think that's just going to have to keep working at it. I've really tried to watch or eat not very little, but maybe moving down a bit to the medium serving size. Because before, I would always treat a low blood sugar. So that was always food. But, I think I'm going to get back to really trying to get things under control again. Now, I know the way I'm talking sounds like I never took care of myself before. If you just ate right, everything would just turn out perfect. Well, that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to get back to basics. And I can't believe what has worked for a lot of people can't work for me. The highs, the lows. When I was having severe lows, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, when I had severe lows, the answer was food, correction doses, can be high blood sugars, in higher insulin doses. Hi guys, back inside. Well, I think you saw I came back inside. But what I'd like is anybody who, and down below, write me any stories you have on carb counting, if you made a mistake, if you got it right, any sort of tidbits that you learned, and, maybe I'll share them. Not only for my health, but for the health of others. And I do have to say, once again, that you need to this is pretty well the end of the picnic. Sorry, I forgot to film during the picnic. But it was quite good. Ate way too much for my meal plan, but oh well, every once in a while can't hurt. Okay, so much for diabetic meal plan. Oh, was that good? I am full though. I'm probably going to be full for most of tomorrow too. Oh, sorry, my toe is just really bothering me. We're just going to go for a little bit of a walk before heading home. Today might be a shorter one. I don't know. We'll have to see what footage I did. I was a dummy, as I mentioned before. I forgot to film during the picnic. But Suzanne's a little shy of filming, and oh well. It's hard to believe that was just over 31 days since our last little picnic. But today was good. Good conversation and, good company. So, now I'm heading home. I have to take the long way home. Go plug this in for a moment. I want to get a glass of water and I just had some pop and stuff. But, all is good. And, they're already home. Because I was talking with a neighbor on my way back. So, tonight, am I going to be high all day? Or am I going to drop and be low? No one knows. And that's the problem with brittle diabetics. So, today, I took an awful lot of meals. I'll do a blood sugar when I get home. And we'll see what it equals up to. So often people, oh, I want to count this. Oh, I can't have that. Oh, I can't have this. And you do it all the time. So once in a while, like I said, be social. Once in a while you can relax. It's not like I do this every single day. And yet people seem to think, oh my God, you did it once, you're going to do it again. Well, no, I'm pretty well counted the carbs I ate. They were like 146. So I will go and type that into my pump and see what I actually end up with. You always want to make sure that you take care of you first. Because if you don't, no one else is. And, I will. Whoops. This is sliding all over the place. Just to be over there. Because if you don't, no one else will. And it was a nice summer day. So that takes care of a lot for all sorts of people. I may have gout for some reason. I know my last blood test, my uric acid was up, so that really won't surprise me if it is a little bit of gout. But, I had a very rich meal today, but oh God, it was good. And like I said, I'm full. And we'll go home, I'll feed Nico, and then we'll be ready to head out again. So, how many of you have actually kept records of how much you eat at these barbecues and everything? Or do you stick perfectly to your diet? Oh, I can't have this. Oh, I can't have that. Well, there's something to life about living. So you want to ensure you have the chance to do some living. And don't always worry about, my blood sugar is too high, it's too low. Once in a while. I'm not talking every single day. I'm not talking every day to have cakes and pies and cookies. But, once in a while, go out with some friends and try to keep track of what you ate and how much carbs go with it. I think you may find occasionally doing that may take the stress off about having diabetes a lot. And is it ever good? And it was good today. But any sort of barbecue or that you have always seems to be good. Hold on here a sec. Okay, so get out and enjoy your life. It's Mike and Nico signing off. Bye. Have a great day and take care of you.